So in September, we're getting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 100. Then in the following month, we're getting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 101. And they've sort of marketed this arc as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Recharged, as they're recharging the comics, as it's being called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers again, as the two split comics are becoming one again. So they're sort of marketing as like a soft reboot. So I decided to write a list of 5 things or 5 predictions or 5 things I want to see in the form of a wish list for Mighty Morphin Power Ranger comics moving forward. So this is all my predictions and wishful thinking and stuff like that. So I'm just going to throw out a couple of theories and stuff like that out there. Some might warrant their own videos later down the line, but I feel like because I'm so busy with work and stuff like that, I can just talk about these plot points or ideas I've got and expand on them with the notes I took down. So here's 5 things I want to see when it comes to the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger comic books moving forward. So, number 1, time skip into season 3. So, when issue 40 began after Beyond the Grid, we got a time skip into season 2. And that was a nice big surprise seeing that, because we got to see the Stone Canyon Trio. Not only that, they were established as characters, we already had the Peace Conference stuff going on, so maybe we'll get a time skip into season 3. And depending on how issue 100 goes down, I do wonder if it's going to end with a time skip or going to lead into a time skip, because if you've been reading Mighty Morphin and stuff like that, they've sort of been teasing and sort of alluding to the stuff that happens later down the line in the show, such as Kimberly maybe wanting to leave the team, or Billy maybe wanting to leave the team and stuff like that in the Mac Room run. So maybe we're going to get a time skip with issue 101, because we don't know yet, but I feel like it's time for a time skip, because we've been in season 2, or kind of season 2, for the longest time. And if they're marketing this as like a recharge or a soft reboot, whatever you want to call it, as they're sort of bringing the comics back together, then maybe a time skip is warranted. Alright, number 2, the ninja powers. So, like I said with my first one, if we're going to get a time skip into season 3, the Rangers need to have their ninja powers, no doubt about it. Don't retell Ninja Quest, or you don't have to retell Ninja Quest and stuff like that. I don't care if they retell it or not, but it'd be really cool if we sort of have the Mighty Morphin team in issue 101 and we get to see them fighting a monster, and then the big turn page reveal is them summoning the Ninja Zords and not the Thunder Zords, and you get to see the Ninja Megazord in the comics. That would be really cool, and I would really love to see that. Not only that, they can introduce Ninja in the comic and sort of have Ninja return to the comics, because we have not seen Ninja in the comics since Shattered Grid, and he was kind of an ally to the team and stuff like that. And Trini did say to other Trini in the comics saying you'll meet him later down the line, so I think we're bound to meet Ninja in the comics and have him sort of reintroduced. But not only that, with Ninja, he was really wacky and really goofy in the TV show with how he talked and stuff like that. Hopefully in the comics they can make him look like a badass, like Unworthy Productions is doing with their Ninja story. So hopefully they can redeem Ninja and make him seem really cool. And then I'm probably going to get like 2 people in the comments saying, what are you talking about? Ninja was the coolest. He was so badass. Yeah, he was sometimes, but it was kind of goofy. Alright, number 3, Rita Repulsa returns. So, like my other points I've been talking about with the sort of time skip into season 3, Rita Repulsa was kind of teased to return in the press release for San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if she is going to return. I know a lot of people want to see the wedding retold with Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa, but seeing how Lord Zed was written in the comics being like this vicious guy, this savage guy, and then at the end of the Eltarian War, he sort of took off his helmet and went to do his own thing. I don't know if Lord Zed is going to come back after that, but maybe Rita will, because Master Vile is still out there. We saw Master Vile in Power Rangers Unlimited, so maybe Rita Repulsa will make her return in the comics as well. Just not with Lord Zed, because it'd be cool to have Rita back in the comics, because it's been so long since, I want to say since Shattered Grid. That's the last time we saw her, unless you count, like, Putty Rita, who was out there as well. But they've teased Rita returning, so it could be the original Rita, it could be Putty Rita, but if we do that time skip into Season 3, maybe they'll introduce, like, Rita and Master Vile and stuff like that. But it won't be Rita and Lord Zed married. It'll sort of be like this new party working together. Number 4, world building outside of MMPR with other seasons. So, one thing that Ryan's been doing in his comics, and we kind of saw this in the Kyle Higgins run as well, is other seasons were sort of established upon outside of MMPR. So, we learnt about other seasons. And if the Omega Rangers are going to disappear after issue 100, my big prediction is, if we're going to stay on Earth, at least world build around Earth. Like, what goes on Earth with our team, with everything going on. Maybe we'll see the Aqua Base being built or something like that. Maybe we'll see, like, a young Captain Mitchell. I don't know. But if we're going to sort of stay on Earth, sort of, you have to world build around other seasons and sort of set them up with sort of alludes and hints to and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see, like, the demons being discovered and something like that from Lightspeed. I'm talking a lot about Lightspeed. I should establish on other seasons and stuff like that. But I don't want this to be solely MMPR focused, and I want other seasons after MMPR that sort of were on Earth be established and set up as well, or maybe hinted to and stuff like that, and stuff like that. Because if the Omega Rangers disappear and we don't see them again for the longest time, like we don't see Safe Haven and stuff like that, then they're gonna have to, or Melissa's gonna have to, and I'm not saying this in like, she has to do this, I feel like to sort of keep the story engaging, I feel like they should world build around MMPR with, like, seasons that came after it. If you know what I mean. And number 5 is Hyperforce. Seeing how Melissa is writing this, I feel like it's a God-given opportunity to introduce Hyperforce into the comics again. We saw her make a cameo in Shattered Grid when Hyperforce was just coming out, but seeing how Hyperforce can time travel, I'm probably going to pitch an idea and it's never going to get used if someone from Boom Studios is watching this. Okay, seeing how Hyperforce can time travel, I would love it if Hyperforce show up in a single issue, and then it sort of teases Hyperforce getting their own spin-off comic, their own 5-part or 6-part mini-series. That would be great, because Hyperforce is a season that a lot of people love and they want to see a sequel to. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about it, especially in my comment section. I see where not a lot of people watched Hyperforce or gave it a chance, but Hyperforce was a lot of fun, and I feel like if that gets, like, turned into a comic or gets a comic sequel, then there's a lot of potential for that. And like I said, those guys can time travel, so if they can time travel, then maybe they can show up and they can sort of help the Rangers with whatever they're fighting and stuff like that. That'd be really cool to see if Hyperforce can make their return and Melissa can work with these characters once again. So, those are my 5 things I would love to see in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 101 and beyond. Will they happen? Will my predictions come true? I don't know. I was just rambling for roughly about 10 minutes, but what are your predictions? What do you think is going to happen in the Power Ranger comics moving forward? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.